Okay, get this. You're in space, and bam. First cutscene in the game is magnificent. Classical music while some lady's playing air violin like a crazy hot lunatic, and absolute chaos is unfolding. You spawn into this world looking at the same face as the girl that was playing the violin. That's Kafka. She's glorious. And she also leaves you right as you're born, and now you have mommy issues. But you're now off on a grand adventure to explore space with your best friends Emo Boy and girl who's named after a date on the calendar.
Hello. Welcome aboard the Astral Express. My name is March 7th. I'm one of the passengers.
Oh, and there's also the hot mom and dad. So, Honkai Star Rail is the game released after Genshin Impact from Hoyoverse. And we know Genshin blew up for many reasons. I mean, it practically trended for months straight everywhere. I'm pretty sure that's how it went, because I'm not insane or anything, I swear that's how it was. Regardless, it's still a popular game to this day. Now, this isn't a video comparing the two games, but hear me out on the Star Rail stuff, okay? Let me cook, guys, okay? Let me... Now, some games have a great focus on the seriousness of the plot and immersing you in the intricate world they've built for you to play in. The lore, the dark, overly depressing character stories, and then there's NPCs whose dad left them and now they're obsessed with pigeons.
Yep.
Trash cans. Trash cans are the next best thing in video gaming. Star Rail's dialogue can still hit you in the heart and make you feel for the world, but on the other side of it, for some reason you can interact with practically every trash can you can find, and there's in-depth dialogue and even choose your own adventure-esque style responses that will eventually even get you to maybe a custom ending of the trash can dialogue that you interacted with. 2 trash cans, one for recycling dry garbage, one for recycling wet garbage. Dry garbage. Correct. Pom-pom's fur doesn't easily degrade and isn't toxic. It belongs in dry garbage. Wow. You can even interact with dumpsters. You know, it's just so ridiculous. I honestly believe the developers were in their chairs, like laughing at each other, kicking their feet in the air, giggling, thinking and writing all of this while doing that. Like, it's just goofy. It's so stupid goofy, but it is hilarious. Now, I'll be honest, I don't normally like going through long dialogues of text, especially if it's about a character or quest I don't like, but Star Rail always keeps me on edge.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Always looking around, because I'm waiting for that small piece of dialogue or choice of text where it just completely breaks the fourth wall or hints at it and shows self-awareness.
Hey, Sampo doesn't have to be a protagonist, right? Protagonist.
What do I mean by this? Well, in some games, like Amori, for example, favorite game of all time, by the way, definitely look into it, definitely try if you want to have a good time, but also be sad, but mostly have a good time. Sometimes you can literally click on objects, like a wall or lamppost, for example, and it will say, this is a wall, or this is a lamppost. Like, no shit. Yeah, of course it is. But the question is, why did you click on it? Were you expecting something? No, because it's just a wall. But the more you click on it or stare at it, the game will make fun of you just for staring at it. It's just dumb, it's stupid, but it's funny, and it lets the viewer or player know that, like, the game is open to messing with you. And that's what I like about Star Rail. I mean, you can even leave a review on a hotel you stay at. Did this really need to be added? No. Like, is it fun to do? Yeah, oddly, yes. Some things are just fun just cuz. And I'm sure the developers thought to add it just cuz as well. Yeah, I'll leave it a, neutral, you know, at least there's cups. Lighting, pretty ass. A comment, coming up with original content is always a headache. It's better to make it a multiple choice question. Right, nothing. Let's fill out another card. It lets you redo a card. I'm done. No. That's so jokes, dude. God damn it. However, on the other side of this, there's some text that hints even stronger at breaking the fourth wall in a slightly more ominous or creepy way. In March 7th's room, there are images from your adventures. However, the text hints that some of these photos are from very strange angles. After staring at it for a while, you realize that the memories on this wall aren't just your adventures. This is kind of creepy, man. How did you manage to shoot some of these angles? Captured without a camera. Is there a cameraman in this game? Are they playable? What's going on here? But also shout out to Fobmaster for pointing this out on Twitter. He mentions that this is something you can find in March 7th's room. Now let me tell you something that I don't think anyone expected to be in the game. This is completely left field and it is also ridiculous. If you go into Databank and then click on Factions and then scroll down to Masked Fool's Elation and you read the quote at the top, it says, "Even an organization like the Masked Fools sing solemn praises of their Aeon. The Aeon will never give you up, never let you down, or abandon you." Does it sound familiar? Does the person who wrote this quote also sound familiar? Asterically sounds a lot like... Now, this is a turn-based game, and in this turn-based game, there are tons of characters to choose from your team, right? We've got, you know, Serval, Su Shang, Ting Yun, well, Jingyuan, Bailu, there's just a ton of characters. Anyways, as a free-to-play, I know, believe it or not, I've come full circle from being a Jean main, then Wailing, and now a free-to-play once again, just like how I started in Genshin. Anyways, I have to choose who to roll for, and it's very frustrating to only be able to choose certain characters to roll for, because obviously I want to roll for all of them, like I would love to. But with this in mind, I have to make every single roll count. So while rolling for Sealy, one of the first featured 5-star characters in Honkai Star Rail, I needed the help of some friends. So I called to see who was a real one and would pick up and lend me their luck.
Hello?
Wow, you are a real one. Oh, Dish, hello?
What?
I need your guys' support because I need Seela and I'm on a 50-50. This is my first 5-star on the featured character banner.
What do you want?
What would you rate Seela out of 10?
For what? What is the criteria?
Carry DPS.
10.
9.
He's just saying that because he's a
Okay,
genuine trim.
okay, but why minus 1 point?
Because Jingyuan is better.
Exactly.
okay, but why is Jingwon better?
Because he is mathematically better.
He's big.
Fob, you know it's true. He clears stuff faster than...
I have seen new calculations from mainland China where Sealy is still better.
Is it worth it for me to pull?
I would go with Jingyuan because he is AoE. Also, yeah, he's AoE.
Yeah, if I were to choose one or the other, I would go with Jingyuan. But
yeah, 9 is still really good, so it doesn't really make a difference. They're both good.
Thank you guys. Thank you for the input. I will now make a decision off this. I'm gonna pull anyways because I like gambling. It's a 5-star. It's a 5-star. It's a 5-star. Okay, Seela is a pretty sick character, right? She carries a lot of my team, but she isn't my favorite character. Now let me show you my favorite one, this one. This little demon. She is Qingque. Why do I play her? She's fucking hilarious. Listen to this.
Triplet! Tasty.
We've heard the term Jade Abacus a few times now. Would you mind explaining what it is, Miss Qingque?
A jade abacus is just... a jade abacus.
She's also a perfect character to play if you are free to play. Why, you ask? Well, she fulfills your urges to pull and risk it all by instead risking it all on her damage. The way she works is basically you need 4 tiles to get full potential of her damage. And every time you pull 2 tiles, you're using a single skill point.
For the tiles.
1 chance, 1 tile.
Gotcha.
But she has a chance to not get a matching tile for a full set of 4 matching tiles. So every time she doesn't get it, she still takes up a skill point. Boom! Pow!
Gotcha.
Bop! So sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. And sometimes you do big damage, and sometimes you don't. Her gameplay is actually based on a Chinese game, I think, called Mahjong, and it looks very fun. And to be honest, I get adrenaline every time I rely on a few tiles. It is just the dumbest dopamine of all time. It's like forbidden dopamine. I don't endorse gambling, by the way. Don't do that. To be honest, she's actually probably the least free-to-play friendly, because you have to be lucky. But if you're lucky, I mean, you do big damage, so I mean, that's good. So we know HoYoverse is known for making very beautiful character designs. Some are not as great as others, but they're still all there to promote a unique character and have the player fall in love with the character. And I think that's kind of HoYoverse's philosophy and agenda, to be honest. They don't really advocate or push PvP type content. We have had some events that maybe put player against player, but ultimately they don't necessarily try to advertise their game as a PvP game or a character against character. And I understand that idea, and supporting the love for the characters is a good thing, and it's a great way to grow the game. I think there are good things about it, but I also think there are not so great things about it. That can be for another time. However, the characters in Star Rail almost resemble or remind me of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, well, let me just set it right. You're on an adventure with just a group of friends, and over that time you grow and learn to love and hate each other. Love the things you like about them and learn to hate things you don't like about them. But either way, they explore life and overcome it together. It's honestly a beautiful thing, and I kind of see that at the start of the game with Dan Heng and March 7th and you, and of course the other crewmates as well, but so far mostly them. And I think the small interactions over the course of the quests really make you feel like you're a part of the journey because you're able to watch every step of it. It feels like I'm not just watching through a spectacle. I feel more involved when I'm able to especially interact with them and receive different messages of dialogue depending on what I choose. And it affects how the characters respond to me.
When did you get here? Quit acting like a child.
Some of it's fucked up, to be honest. You can crack jokes even after character deaths, which is just insane if you want to go down that route.
Thank you. All of you.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Start thinking. We're going to need all the humor we can get.
Something Star Rail does, I noticed, is they provide you with a lot of time to interact with the characters in the game. And you can say, oh, Jake, you already interact with them so much, it doesn't matter. What do you mean? There's so much interaction through the quests and gameplay and all that. Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the texting feature. You can literally text characters in the game and choose responses to receive different reactions and such. Now, at first you may think this is so dumb and cringe. Why would I ever want to wake up every day, open my phone just to open a game to text 2D characters? I thought that at first too. I also thought it was dumb, but I was wrong. Waking up every day logging in to see which of my favorite 2D characters texted me is like a forbidden level of dopamine. It's something I have no idea how to explain, but for some reason they were able to replicate texting dopamine. This might be the most dangerous thing in gaming history, even though it's been done before. But now that I'm exposed to it, I feel the pain. I'm so alone. At some point, you can even be added to group chats. Oh, Lord. Thanks. So what's a relic? That's funny. Okay, this is funny. This feature's funny. So I have been playing the game for a couple weeks now, and it's very exciting. I could be in the honeymoon phase, but I genuinely do enjoy the story and the character interactions a lot. I feel much more immersed in the game. It is a new, refreshing experience to be a part of a new journey and a new launch. However, what worries me is the game is on PC and mobile, but the big issue is platforms. What platform is it not on yet? Console, specifically PlayStation. Genshin, not to bring up Genshin again to compare, but Genshin is on PlayStation. But at what price? What did they go through to get Genshin Impact on the PlayStation platform? And why haven't we gotten a Genshin Impact Switch edition yet? Point is, Aloy.
I'm Aloy, ready for the hunt.
Is from a game called Horizon Dawn, and Aloy is a cool character. In Genshin though, however, she is the only DLC character and the collaboration character in the past 3 years for that game. And to be frank, she was a little bit underwhelming. There's no constellations for her. Her gameplay is not that amazing by any means, and there's nothing that really stands out besides she is just a character not from this world, and she hasn't been involved in any quests at all, and they didn't really put love into the character as they do for other characters in Genshin Impact. And you could say, oh, because it's a DLC character, they just did what they had to do. But it was a paid one. It was a collaboration, right? Collaborations should be mutual about being passionate about adding the same thing together. And I just didn't really feel that from Aloy. I hope they can do more with that for future DLC characters in Genshin. And my point is here, I hope they can do that as well for Star Rail if they do add future characters. So, don't add Aloy to Star Rail. Don't do that. You can put Star Rail on PlayStation, but don't add Aloy. We want something cooler. Honkai Impact 3rd, Evangelion, Potential. Star Rail's part of the Honkai family. Come on. Lastly, I'd like to talk about the music in Honkai Star Rail. When it matters most, the music hits the hardest. The perfect companion to an incredible moment in the story has to be the music. To elevate the built-up feelings leading up to the climax of the arc, the first arc in Honkai Star Rail, is what every story needs, and this song absolutely delivers.
We made a choice, go fight against your fate. Pain will come with the blade. Pain will wake up the despondent crowd in storming world somehow.
Now that was just the tip of the iceberg. I'm now about to do something dangerous. Dangerous for you guys, because I care about you guys, okay? I'm gonna put a bunch of songs on here that may or may not copy strike my channel. I'm doing it for you because everyone deserves to hear this blessing of a soundtrack. Every subscribe will help us defend against YouTube's copy strikes.
Across fields of ice, but hidden in starlight. Be well aware of roads we've gone by. Put yesterday's aside, made a future head on. Now trailblazers keep credos in mind. One, stop staying within the lines. Two, we always align. Three, even if we don't get the upper hand, we'll fight for right.
There's so much potential, and I'm very excited and happy with what Honkai Star Rail has to offer in terms of music so far. At the beginning of the game, you begin your journey by joining the Astral Express crew. But what if you didn't? There's a secret ending in Honkai Star Rail by not boarding the Astral Express and joining your new adventures. It's said that you eventually just become a researcher, and the Express actually comes to visit a few times, but they end up never returning, and you eventually hear that their adventures shake the universe to its very core. You wonder if their destiny would have changed if you had joined them, but that story's not for you. It's honestly a bit sad to see that kind of outcome, and you can't help but just feel that you were watching from afar, which is exactly how this ending makes you feel. Now, in the credits, it says Elio is the screenplay director, which is a bit ominous since they are being in the game said to have a script of what is actually currently happening in the story's timeline. Once again, fourth wall breaking happening. It's just very confusing. But that is something that happens. It's a bit sad. I wouldn't prefer that ending. You've made it to the end of my random thought train about Honkai Star Rail. And to be completely honest, I've been enjoying the game a lot more than I expected. I've been playing it a lot. Like a lot. And I think it's mainly because I'm able to sense and feel the freedom from the developers being able to mess with the player. And I like that. It feels unexpected and unpredictable. And that makes the game more enjoyable for me, personally. Maybe for you too. Let me know if you like it. Or maybe let me know if you think some things could be changed about the game. And obviously, not every game's perfect. Now, you should watch this video. This one. It's about me being kidnapped by hilichurls and then escaping. It sounds ridiculous, but you should check it out because it's quite the fever dream. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. I don't normally make these kinds of videos, so let me know if you want more or want something new. I'm always open to your guys' thoughts and opinions, so leave them in the comments down below. Be nice in the comments, okay? Be nice, please, to each other, not only me. Bully me if you want, but be nice to each other at least. That's all I ask for. Now, I'm going to Conquest next week, I think, depending on when this video goes out. So if I see you there at the convention in the Philippines, be sure to say hi. If not, and you're watching far in the future, subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll catch you later. All right. Bye-bye.